Hello, we are going to do a project creating a pattern with gouache paint. This is what my final product during the demonstration came out to be. I could keep going a lot on it, but I want to show you that it's going to be a dark background, and then we're going to work light on top of the dark. So we're going to start with the darkest and then work up and get lighter and lighter. So this is a really fun way to use gouache. Gouache is really great for this. You can paint on paper and the light goes on top of the dark colors so well. We're gonna focus on warm and cool colors, doing a contrast between the two. So the background will be a cool black. You can really make yours whatever color you want, but I recommend black just to get it the darkest you can get it. And then you're gonna do a mix of warm and cool. So I have greens and green blue for all my foliage as my cool tones. And then I have pops of orange and yellow for my warm. So that's how I'm creating the warm and cool color scheme here. So what you'll need to get started for this what you need for the whole project is just plain old computer printer paper to start your sketches on and plan your design. You can use sketchbook paper, whatever you have. I use printer paper, and you'll need pencil, any kind of pencil, and an eraser. Doesn't have to be a fancy pencil, it could be whatever you have. And then for the painting, we're gonna paint on smooth Bristol board. I recommend smooth for this because this is a pattern design and we're really working with the benefits of gouache being very flat, opaque, matte. So having the smooth surface of the paper really helps. You can use any Bristol. I recommend 100-pound, or even if you can find one that's heavier than that. Mine's 9x12, but you can use whatever heavy Bristol board, or sometimes the vellum it's called, or cardstock. So anything heavy that is smooth and going to hold the paint. And for your paint setup, it's gouache paints. They come in a tube like this. The colors I'll be using are black and white, and then a green. If you don't have green, that's fine. You can do yellow and blue. I have 2 yellows. I think I have 2 blues too. I don't know here's my other one. So you can choose whatever you want. You might have different colors, and then a red. So you just really need yellow, red, and blue, and then you can make any color you want. I have a green too, that's a nice color. So, and then black and white, and then you'll need a wide paintbrush. This is to paint the background. And then you'll need some more finer detailed brushes. I have one really tiny one, and then some that are a little heavier. If you don't have a super tiny detail brush, you can take an old brush and just snip off, I do this a lot, snip off half with scissors, and there you go, you have a detailed brush right there. Especially if you have a brush that's like fraying at the edges, cut all those frayed pieces off and you've made yourself a detailed brush. You will need clean water, a palette. I'm using this ceramic palette, but you can use something like this. You can use yogurt tops, takeaway container tops. Ceramic plates are great if you have old plates, or if you get them at thrift store. And then you'll just need some white soap. I use Ivory soap. I buy it in bulk, and have, I save all these containers. That's to clean your brushes at the end. And I always have some kind of rag. I use, old dish towels or old t-shirts to wipe my brush off. This is just like a shower container from the Container Store. It's meant to be in the bathroom, but I have it all, my stuff on here, because I carry it back and forth to the sink because I am very clumsy and I don't want to make a mess. So, oh, and don't want to forget masking tape. You'll definitely need masking tape because we're gonna make this nice border around for your project so it looks all finished. And then some pens. This is optional at the end, but I think it adds some nice detail towards the end. I use Micron pens, but you can use any, you know, fine point pen that you have. All right, let's get started. And so what you're going to create is any pattern. You don't have to do the pattern, nature-based pattern. You can do something totally abstract, geometric. You can do something that would be like a tiling that would go in interior design. You can do animals. You can do holiday stuff. You can do any kind of objects you want. Or you don't have to do something that looks realistic at all. You could do something that's, you know, just shapes and colors. So it's really up to you. What we're gonna focus on is painting the light on top of the dark background and getting these warm and cool colors balanced. So let's get started.